The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Jameis going to look to throw right away. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
Yeah, they held them to just 7 points. And if you rewatch the game tape, and I did multiple times, it was amazing to me that the other guys even got 7. They were absolutely dominating on that side of the football.
Throwing again on second down. Winston. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. The numbers for him from a week ago. 4 catches, 74 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So here are the Bucs now to take over for the first time. They'll have the speedy Tyrod Taylor calling the shots, the former Virginia Tech Hokie.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
They go play action with Taylor. And this one caught downfield by Evans. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And, Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
The Buccaneers 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And this would be quite a start for them if they could win 2 straight on the road.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't do him any favors. They gave him 2 road games right out of the gate. But the thinking on the team has to be, imagine if we win these 2 games. What a setup for the rest of the season for us.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Taylor, he'll get that out to the flat to White. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a
fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Saints will take over here at their own 14-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's second down. Here's Winston. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Working out of the gun, Winston. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he is going to have a Saints first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. If they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Off the play fake, Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down. Winston to give. It's Kamara. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Levante David in on the tackle. We're scoreless after 1. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Now Winston. That is caught by Callaway. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 12-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
On 1st and 10, Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though, 3rd and long. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And the Saints are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a sharp throw right there on third down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a first and goal.
Here we go now on first and goal. Kamara will score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd and 9, Taylor. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Taylor. This is caught by Evans. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
Play action. Now Taylor. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that had ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
So here are the Saints to take over. They've got the lead here as they start out 1st and 10, trying to erase the memory of the loss last week. That came at the hands of the Jacksonville Jaguars. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Kamara. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the 1st down marker at the Bucs 44.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. A 10th carry for, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try to throw now. Winston. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
On second and very short, Winston. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 18. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To the air again with Winston. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On 3rd down, Winston flushed out right. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Sam Sloman is on. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy by the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Rock, the incompletions on first and second down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Taylor. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. To throw again is Taylor. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Taylor to throw. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
Taylor will throw again. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Throwing on 2nd down. Taylor. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Russell Gage, as the first half is winding down. And the Buccaneers are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Jose Borregales for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. That time a 6-play drive. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes it at the 7. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. A running room for Kamara on first down as he takes us forward. It's a gain of 7 there on first down. 2nd and 3 coming up. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend.
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On second down, they'll run with White. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play, because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Now Taylor. And Bright has it over the middle. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Fournette, a first down carry. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Eluding the pressure right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Throwing on second and long. Taylor. Finding Evans here, going across the middle of the field. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. Down to the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a give up the middle. This is White. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On third down, Taylor. Quick throw, finding Mike Evans. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. He was over 100 receiving last week. He's over 100 now this week, as he's got a first down as well.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered theirs. That throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a first and goal.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on first and goal to add some extra mass. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far, as they used the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Borregales now on for the point after. And that makes it 14-10. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Winston. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And some room to roam now. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 53 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
A first down throw for Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Kamara up the middle. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time it's 3rd and 3. got an open man. It's Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
They'll try and run for it. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Buccaneers' defense holds, and they get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Play action, it's Taylor. And a catch right side by Evans. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 27 yards there, a 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
On 1st down, it's Taylor. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Give him 30 yards there.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
Meanwhile, a throw by Taylor is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Taylor. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed, It's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
To throw again on second down. Winston. Complete to Olave on the out route. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Room here to run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 35 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Winston now. Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The Saints in the hurry up here, clock continuing to roll. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Winston to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now, here's the call. folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. Not running. Dalton wants to throw. Right back to Chris Godwin. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Second down and 3. Dalton wants to throw. And that is incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. The slot man in motion right. So now Dalton. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. All right, here's Dalton. And Brate, the tight end's got it. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. Oh, passing it. Dalton. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Big spot, Andy Dalton. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal.
Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Borregales now on for the point after. And the lead is up to 14. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This one taken just inside the 10. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Winston readies the offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. 25 seconds remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Jameis now on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Winston. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 42.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.